Gene and Ann Lenzner came to Long Beach from St. Louis in 1954 and raised two sons, Alan and Jay, both of whom are successful professionals in the field of medicine. A highly successful businessman, Gene owned, with his brother Gordon, a 28-store chain of women's fashion stores here in Southern California. Gene's first store opened in 1954 on Pine Avenue right here in Long Beach. In the 2 decades since he sold his chain, Gene has brought the same sound philosophy to the many nonprofit community organizations he has served as board member and chair. He has been an invaluable unpaid professional consultant to all those agencies that are wise enough to get him involved and to listen to what he has to say. His MBA from the Harvard Business School has paid dividends for the many organizations he has counseled.
I came to Long Beach. It's a beautiful place, a wonderful place to live. Gave me a great opportunity to be in business and to take care of my family, and I have always believed that I owed something back to the community that made all this possible for me.
Ann and Gene, as you may know, had a business in this community for a long time, and they really, at a time when it wasn't as acceptable, stood up for what they believed in the area of civil rights and human rights. And a lot of times they were challenged for the way they ran their business because it wasn't acceptable to do business that way back in the 60s.
Most of my activities have been in the area of human relations. I've been 40 years involved with maybe 30 years at least, involved with the NCCJ, which became the largest human relations organization in this city.
I first met Gene and Ann Lenzner when I joined NCCJ 20 years ago, and they were both very active in the organization. Gene obviously had been involved with us at that time for about 25 years, and now I think it's closer to 45. And Ann has always been his partner in all of this work that he's been committed to around human relations. And you often don't see one without the other at something in the community because they really are a pair.
I was the chair of the Human Relations Commission for some 8 years, and at that time was able to create the Human Dignity Program in this city, which fights hate crimes, which gives assistance to victims of hate crimes, and also has a component in which it does conflict resolution in times of crisis.
Ann and Gene are respected by all people, not just one section, and I think that means a lot, and the community, that's how they back him, I think, because of the respect.
It gave me a chance to interact with a lot of people, bring a lot of people together.
And Ann also, of course, Ann goes along with him. They're a couple, and they do so much together.
We really do.
It's a full-time job keeping up with this one and going to all the events that we go to together.
Well, they're just genuine people, and they love doing things for people. That's evident. And so I just really consider them role models.
Gene and Ann are avid supporters of St. Mary Medical Center, where Gene served as chairman of the Hospital Board of Trustees from 1997 to 1999, and the Foundation Board from 2003 to 2005. Gene successfully led efforts to raise $7.5 million in the hospital's 80th anniversary capital campaign, which refurbished 200 private patient rooms, purchased much-needed equipment, and completed the Sister Mary Sabina Sullivan's Women's Health Center.
And that's become my really great concentration, and only because of one thing, and that was the outreach of the sisters to all the people in need in this community. It almost meshed with what I was trying to do in another venue. Their idea of not only serving the people who needed health care, but to reach out and serve all kinds of diverse people who were underserved and needed all kinds of services was really my mission. So we had a joint mission, and it was a perfect match for me.
Gene currently serves as chairman of the St. Mary Community Board. Prior to that, he served as chair of St. Mary's Physician Relations Committee, which brought the medical staff and the administration together to better serve the patients.
I've always admired the mission of the sisters, to serve everybody without any regard to their diversity.
I think he's very aware of the importance of equal access to health care, which is why his relationship with St. Mary Medical Center is so important to him, because he knows that that is one of the challenges in equal rights is equal access to health care. And St. Mary is a fine example of a facility that has always been there for the community, always will be there for the community, and Gene knows that.
I believe that until we give opportunity to all the people in our community, and until we include all our people in the community in what we do, even in our civic enterprises, we'll never achieve the potential that's possible. In fact, I don't think we'll ever be as great a nation as possible until we're more inclusive than we are today.
For being two people who, though diminutive in stature, have always stood tall in defense of the poor and the underserved, and who have been the kind of neighbors we can laugh with, cry with, and beam with pride with in all our mutual accomplishments. St. Mary is proud to award the 2007 Life Achievement Award to Gene and Ann Lenzner.